Mr. Memani, we last spoke on the afternoon of the budget, and that time the announcements were still fresh. You've now had an opportunity to let the dust settle, speak to different people, your own team across different sectors. If you were asked now to give an early assessment of the potential efficacy of the new incentives that have been rolled out in terms of being able to create new jobs, what's your outlook? Do you think this will actually create new jobs, or do you think it's a good effort, but there may not be too many new jobs at the end of the year?
Yeah, Rahul, I think so. If you just quickly look at the budget in two layers, one for creating new jobs, you need a healthy economy, and I think this budget does focus a lot on macroeconomic stability, strong government balance sheet, and so on and so forth. So I think that's very good because that keeps the interest rates low, that creates the resilience, and long-term investors then want to invest in the economy because they see the buoyancy, because you need investments to create jobs. And I think it's a big tick on that. On the second one, I would say I will break this into two, and I think the difference between when we spoke immediately after the budget and now, I would say the most exciting part and the most challenging part on this one is the skilling. Because what's really happening right now is that one is, I mean, there are a lot of people who want jobs, and there are a lot of companies who are also looking for jobs as they're expanding. I mean, you would have seen some press announcements, press interviews from some very large companies, some of the largest companies, not having adequate people to fulfill their order books or whatever else it is. So I think the most interesting part is the focus on skilling, because it's very significant. 1 crore people, almost 4,000 at an average, if you were to say 4,000 per year per company, 500 companies if you look at it. I think that's the one that's caught the imagination of a lot of people. Obviously, it's going to be an execution challenge.
No, but just take what you're saying. If 4,000 people land up as interns, even if it's a big company, will the company have the capacity to actually upskill these people, oversee those internships, see that they're being adequately trained, so at the end of the year they're employable?
So they are all, so 4,000 is an average. Maybe there are some who will be happy with 200. There'll be some who can probably absorb 9,000, 10,000. So 4,000 is an average. I think in some sectors, like manufacturing, companies that are in the EPC space, their ability to absorb will probably be greater. In some other sectors, maybe someone in consumer goods and others, maybe their ability to absorb may be lower. But I think so therefore the execution is very, very important, Rahul. First is the demand side assessment on where these jobs will be available. I think that's very important. And a lot of work needs to be done there. The second is, how are you going to get 20 lakh youngsters between the age of 21, 24, who are happy to take an internship of 5,000 rupees a month. Where will you get those people? So there are people there, but just sourcing them and encouraging them to travel outside of their villages, towns or cities and going there, just getting that right. Third, then getting the companies, this right set of companies there, then ensuring that they're getting skilled and skilling certification. And for me, the most important test is, at the end of the day, those people have to get the jobs, because they have worked for a year. They've probably worked in a very good company. That company may not have the ability to absorb all the talent, and suddenly they are back. So therefore, how do you make it transparent? So if an MSME is looking for hiring jobs, and suppose that MSME is in the manufacturing sector, he'll have top 20 manufacturing companies. Or if they are looking at welders or some people like that, they have top 10 companies, EPC companies, other companies where people have got trained in. And they can therefore, from there, they can absorb the talent. So I think if we can get this right, you can impact the life of potentially at 1 crore young children. Now, if you don't get it right, it may be, even if it's 20 lakhs, it's a big number. So I don't think there is one silver bullet that is going to change. As Jayant very rightly said, it's an iterative process, but it is bold, it hits at the right spot, it's going to be a real execution challenge, and how we engage industry and how do we leverage technology to get this executed will be very critical. But it's a real game changer.